And I just felt like it is time for us to have a chat. And I felt like I want to be the mature person and address certain things. Baby this, baby that, baby this, like as if I don't have a job. Love shouldn't be this hard. There's no flowers in sight. Like, where are they? Where are they? No way, no way. Because he was not going to do it in the first place. And I think as plus size girls, we're so hesitant to talk about like our expectations and what we want from a relationship because we subconsciously feel like we don't deserve it because society has always told us that we don't deserve that type of love. You're going to go over the line where you become a mother figure in the relationship. And I hope when you have that standard, you can maintain it yourself. You need to lose some weight, and because you will never find a man like me. Okay, but you found me. When I had the stomach, you found me. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing and looking after yourselves. So we are back with another episode of Drinks with Ro, and as you guys can see, today I just have a beautiful tasty glass of Sauvignon Blanc. I hope I'm saying it correctly. To be honest, it's probably my favorite type of white wine. So I'm having this while some oxtail and rice is being boiled and cooked. And I just felt like it is time for us to have a chat. So a few weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram 3 topics that I would like to speak about. And majority of you guys voted for dating basically as a plus size girl, okay? And how it is to navigate the dating scene as a plus size girl. To be honest, I think the things that I'm going to mention are things that women in general have to deal with, but there's certain things as plus size girls that we tend to deal with the most when it comes to the dating scene. So I hope that you guys are excited about this topic. So basically I wrote some notes, and some of these notes are also aimed towards me, things that I also need to relearn, because at times we know the right things to do when it comes to dating, but when you fall in love or you meet the person that genuinely makes you happy, you don't think with common sense. So I hope this video will be enjoyable, relatable. So please definitely get yourself a glass of wine, a drink, some tea, or whatever you prefer, and let's have a chat. So firstly, I just want to touch base on where I am in my dating life. To be honest, I think I'm just definitely going to take a break from dating. The last experience was a bit really touch and go. I think if I didn't have a level of self-worth and self-love for myself, I think I would have stayed in the relationship. But I'm so glad that I saw certain red flags early on in the relationship. But basically, I spoke about it in my last vlog, so you can definitely check it out. I briefly spoke about it, but basically the man's true colors started to show up, and I'm so glad it started to show up very early on in the relationship. I think we were just going on to 2 months, and there were red flags in the beginning, but I think because he did certain things that I've always wanted in a relationship, I ignored the red flags. And I think a lot of us women tend to do that. And I think even for plus size women, we tend to do that because if you don't have a level of self-worth and self-love for yourself, you will end up in situations that are very toxic, very unhealthy, because you're just so desperate for love and affection. But I think I just know where I want to go in life and the type of love that I truly believe that I deserve. And the situation was just not making me happy. It wasn't feeding to my joy. It was not making me excited every day. It was an up and down type of relationship. I would irritate him one day, he will ghost me for 3 days. It was just a very up and down relationship from the start. And I think also I recently spoke to him and I just told him everything and spoke about all the things that I felt was wrong in the relationship because he ghosted me for 2 weeks. And I felt like I want to be the mature person and address certain things. So that's what I did. And to be honest, it was definitely a waste of time because everything that I said to him, he said it back to me. You know what I mean? I, when I said to him, you say you love me, but you can ghost me for 2 weeks, he would say back to me, well, I also thought you loved me, but you didn't even try to call me for 2 weeks. So that was clear manipulation. And during that conversation, I told him straight, I'm like, you're manipulating me and it's not going to work. I am a 25-year-old woman that literally kind of has 3 jobs and is building a life for herself. If you want a certain expectation whereby I need to call you every second, you, baby this, baby that, baby this, like as if I don't have a job, then you should be dating a 21, 22, 19-year-old. You should be dating a woman that has time to do that. In a relationship, you need to compromise. I always made time for this guy, but it felt like it wasn't enough. And I'm so grateful that, I really love myself and I know what I deserve. And I realize that this is just something that I just do not want to be in. Love shouldn't be this hard. When they say love is complicated, is hard and everything. No, not like this. Not like this. Clear manipulation. No, it cannot be. It cannot be. So I was like, bye. And after that whole situation, he finally realized where he was wrong. But I highly doubt it. I think he knows that he's wrong, but he's just trying to find another way to bring me back in and manipulate me. And it's just not going to work this time because, this whole situation has turned me off, okay? And this is the type of energy that I want you guys to have, especially if you're a plus size woman. Don't be desperate for love. It is not, trust me, it's not worth it. A love that feels so hard, a love that feels so up and down, shouldn't be a love that you accept or you deserve. Let's just talk about certain pointers that I think it's really important, things that I learned in this situation and things that I will continue doing moving forward in my dating experiences. For now, I'm definitely taking a break, but in the future, these are the few things that I'm going to remind myself when dating, and I want to remind you guys. So the first tip that I would give is setting boundaries. That's something that I thought I did well, but trust me, if you give me a lot of sugarcoating, a lot of love, a lot of affirmations, a lot of words, I can lose common sense. And one thing I'm starting to learn is that you really need to match a man's words with his actions. He can't say that he wants to send you flowers or treat you good, but then never does that. When he comes to your house to visit or he, takes you on a date, there's no flowers in sight. Like, where are they? Where are they? No way, no way. Because he was not going to do it in the first place. He was just saying all that he wanted to say to just charm you, to make you feel comfortable and to break down your walls. And it's very easy for a man to break down your walls, especially when you are looking for love and for a connection. So definitely create boundaries. Obviously, boundaries are different for everybody. If you feel like a man should take you out on a few dates before a date moves into the bedroom or into the house, those are type of boundaries you should put in place. And those are the type of boundaries I have. It's like, you need to take me on a few dates. We need to establish who we are between one another before you get into my space. Because my gran used to say this: be careful with the people that you bring in your space because they leave spirits, they leave energy. And if somebody is not looking for your best interest in heart, is that the right way to say it? Basically, if somebody has no good intentions, they will leave their bad spirit in your home. So be careful with the type of people that you bring in your home. Those are the type of boundaries that I'm talking about. As I said, boundaries can be different for everybody. I also think we're also very scared to communicate about our expectations. We are scared that we'll come across as high, high demanding or entitled, because I think that's how the dating scene is in South Africa. Is that as soon as you communicate about boundaries or about expectations in a relationship, South African men quickly go to, oh no, you asking for too much. You a slave queen. You are this. Oh, you those girls. You are, and then you feel bad for even mentioning your boundaries and expectations, because men have this tendency when they want something from you or just want something in general, they're gonna do anything to get it, and even if it's through manipulation and lies, they will get it. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to state your expectations. That's something that I had to learn. I would be more afraid to talk about my expectations and boundaries, and I would regret having a close connection with somebody or allowing somebody to do something to me, knowing the fact that if I probably communicated my expectations, it wouldn't have happened. So it's important to do that, guys, because guys will when guys want something, they will go out of their way to get it. Also, it's very important to communicate your type of love language, because that is an expectation. Because as long as you don't communicate the type of love language that relates to you, the more your partner might not even cater to that, and you will gain sort of resentment for them. And I think as plus size girls, we're so hesitant to talk about like our expectations and what we want from a relationship, because we subconsciously feel like we don't deserve it, because society has always told us that we don't deserve that type of love or that type of connection with somebody. So, as a plus size girl, it's okay to have expectations from a relationship. It's okay to set boundaries, things you will tolerate and things you won't tolerate. And it's very important that the man that you're dating understands that and knows that. Speaking on love languages, I think also as women have this tendency, especially if your love language is acts of service, to act like a mother in a relationship. Because we are plus size doesn't mean you are the person's mother, okay? Because you can cook in the kitchen doesn't mean that you need to cook for this man every single time. Yo, guys, this is something I had to learn, because I think by nature I'm just a nurturer. Plus, my love language is acts of service. So I need to learn that being a nurturer in a relationship is it's still a nice trait to have, but you need to make sure that there's boundaries with it. You're gonna go over the line where you become a mother figure in the relationship, and you will not be happy in the end. Um, so also just make sure that you learn to separate your natural mother instincts in a romantic relationship. Let it go, guys. Like, I also had to learn that. Guys, make sure that you're assertive when setting these boundaries. Make sure that the men understand where you're coming from, what you're not going to tolerate, and don't be pushed around. Don't let a man guilt trip you. No matter how good they are, no matter how good the thing sounds, don't allow it. Keep strong and assertive with your boundaries. Now to the second point, it kind of correlates with the first one, but never settle and always have high standards for yourself. Standards are different for everybody, guys. Some girls believe that they need a man that can buy them luxury items. That is your high standard, and I hope when you have that standard, you can maintain it yourself. Like, you can go into a Louis Vuitton and buy yourself a bag. I hope that's the case. If not, question yourself. But if you're a girl that just has a standard whereby I want a man that's a gentleman who opens the door for me, then that's a standard that is okay. And as a plus size girl, it's okay to have standards. I think society always tries to tell us that we should be grateful for anybody that is interested in us. We should accept the type of relationship that we are in because we are fat. No, 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 darling. No, 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 no. Being fat and being plus size, being chubby, or whatever you want to call it, does not equal disrespect, does not equal a lack of love and affection that I deserve. Being fat doesn't mean that my self-worth should be questioned by a man. There's no way. You cannot tell me otherwise. Make sure that you fill yourself with self-love, self-validation. You cannot compare yourself to some. Please do not compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to exes. Like, I remember when my ex moved on to his current partner, I saw she was quite slimmer than me. And to be honest, not even once did I say, oh, I guess he went and dated someone smaller. Or I guess, I wasn't good enough as a plus size girl. I was like, yeah, he was even lucky to have touched this body. Okay. Like, that's the energy that I had in the situation, because at the end of the day, I know I'm beautiful. I know that lady is beautiful. I know there's many other people that are beautiful. Your self-worth is not based on your body type. The love that you're going to receive from your partner shouldn't be based on your type of body, because a man who might be dating a slimmer woman can still treat that woman with disrespect and no self-worth, with no care, with no affection, and vice versa. So your body cannot determine the type of love that you deserve. It's your character and how you hold yourself. And with that said, make sure that you take care of yourself in your own way. Make sure that you cater to yourself the best way possible, being the best version of yourself possible, because no man will come into your life and tell you who you are, what to do, and how to do it when you have a level of self-worth that is high enough that nobody can tell you nothing. You know what I mean? Like, nobody can tell you that you're fat and ugly. Okay, I know I'm fat, but ugly? Never. Make sure that you're dating somebody who is attentive to your needs, because sometimes you can gain self-confidence in a relationship, because you're with a partner that is loving, supportive, and makes you see yourself in a different lens. But it's rare cases when you can find a man like that, because I don't want to generalize, but I think men are quite selfish. They will choose themselves. They will choose their happiness before yours. Whatever is not making us happy, we need to let go, because men are able to do that as easily. I think we just have this tendency to want to build, to want to grow, and to want to work on things and to fix things. But sometimes some people deserve that type of energy, but some men don't. So it's important to recognize when a man is matching his words with his actions, when a man is attentive to your needs, when a man listens when you complain about something or communicate about something. One of my standards is that I need a guy that has a high level of emotional intelligence. Nothing worse than dating somebody that is not even self-aware, not even aware of their actions, how they impact people, how they affect people. Nothing annoys me like a man like that, because you will be just wasting your time through love and manipulation and nonsense. And I think you can lose yourself in relationships like that. So when you don't have a standard for yourself, you just lose yourself in the relationship, just trying to fix it or working towards something that you imagined and so forth. And I'm going to say this again, guys. Don't allow a man to guilt trip you. Don't allow a guy that says, oh no, but you probably won't find a guy like me, you know what I mean? Or you too, you need to lose some weight, and because you will never find a man like me. Okay, but you found me. When I had the stomach, you found me. I wasn't lost in the sea. You found me. So, make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like, don't date a guy that will cripple your self-esteem and make you feel like you're nothing. Nah. Goodbye. Point number 3, recognize the red flags, guys. Hey, this is something I will always say to you. Recognize the red flags. When the red flags are shining bright like a diamond, grab that diamond and walk out of the sky, because what am I saying? But I'm being honest, like, recognize the red flags because they are there. Beware and be self-aware. The more you self-aware and the more you understand yourself, and you have a level of emotional intelligence, you kind of recognize the red flags. You might not be immediate with it, but you might recognize it. So I think it's really important to recognize when somebody is love bombing you, because I think us as plus size girls, we tend to be love bombed a lot. Oh, I've never dated a plus size girl like you. You're the most beautiful plus size girl I've ever seen. Oh, I love them BBWs. Oh, I love those thick thighs. Can you sit on me? I beg. Like, a man that is self assured and he knows what he wants and likes what he sees. He might not be into like plus size girls. He might just be a guy that is into confidence, into beauty. It's not about the body necessarily. Will not say those things to you. They won't find it a reason to say or emphasize about your size or how you look or your complexion. Like, guys will love bomb you, but they are dick deep in somebody else. Yeah. Beware when somebody is trying to be controlling. I also think that as plus size girls, men feel like, we men feel like we don't love ourselves, so they feel like they can control your life and control how things go, control what you wear, who you hang out with, who you socialize with. Like, they just feel like they can control everything because they just feel like subconsciously you hate yourself, and they need to control and make you happy, not knowing that you can probably find somebody else that can treat you much more better. You know what I mean? Also, never date a man that belittles you and makes you feel like being fat or plus size is an issue when he came out of his way to date you. Like, imagine you dating somebody and then your guy says, this tummy of yours, we need to lose some weight. But when you were in the bedroom, when you were in the bedroom, you were holding on the stomach with passion. Now it's a problem. And it's because most of these guys that love plus size women care about what people say. They care that their friends tease them and say, oh, when are you dating a stufuza? When are you dating a big girl? There's some men, guys, that still care about what their friends and family members are going to say about their partner. Like, they will go and date someone who's not their type just to satisfy what society expects them to do. So they will belittle you at home, belittle you until they can shape you to the woman that they want you to be. No, 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 no. Not here, guys. Not here. Don't allow that behavior, because there are men that love and appreciate plus size women and just women in general, and they will do that without any hesitation. The last point that I want to give you guys is that practice self-love. Self-love is so important because you will be surprised how easy it is to be love bombed, how easy it is to be manipulated into a situation that you do not want to be in. You will be surprised how you can fall into a relationship without even knowing, without even being asked if you want to be their girlfriend. Like, you will be shocked that you're in a relationship with somebody. So it's important to practice self-love and self-care. Take care of yourself. Take care of your appearance for yourself, babes, because at the end of the day, how you look, it's not for the validation of men, guys, because you can trust me, with the type of body that I have, I attract a lot of men. I will say that with my chest, with confidence, and sometimes with frustration, but it doesn't mean that I attract the best men. Okay, I attract guys that just really want to sleep with me, that really want to try out a plus size girl because I look like the type of plus size girl that they would like to dabble into. Trust me, just feel like there's some guys that genuinely want to be with plus size girls to try them out. They look on porn and they see BBW and they just want to be trying it out, and they don't really value you as a person. They don't value you as a woman, as a partner, as somebody that they can even take seriously. So it's really important to practice self-love and take care of yourself for you, because the more you're confident, to set boundaries, to set expectations, to create a standard for yourself, to make sure that you can even see red flags, when it's literally shining in your eyes. Because when you don't love yourself, it's easy to be manipulated, guys. It's so easy. You have no idea how easy it is. Don't depend on a man for your self-worth, your self-love, doing self-care. You know, when they say Sundays is for lovers, forget about it. You are your own lover. Make yourself some dinner, grab yourself a glass of wine, put on a cute dress, put on a face beat if you are into it, and just love yourself unconditionally. Because if you're gonna wait for a man to do that for you, you will be shocked. So it's also very important to do a lot of self positive talk. Talk to yourself in a positive way. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be taken care of. I deserve the love that I have put an expectation on. I deserve to have a man that will open the door for me. What's important is my love for myself. It's the relationship that I have with myself. I just want to remind all my plus size babies that are watching this video, you are worth everything. As long as you know you're worth it, as long as you treat yourself like you're worth it. Because I think ultimately men are also attracted to confidence. They're attracted to how you present yourself, how you carry yourself. And if you are not confident and it shows through how you present yourself, you are going to attract men that can feel like they can manipulate you, that can belittle you, and they will sleep with you but still tell you how disgusting you are. There are men like that, because there are men that literally thrive off control and manipulation. Like they get turned on. Okay, so there are men like that, you know. So when you have a level of self-worth and confidence and love for yourself, sometimes it's really hard for a man to come in and manipulate you. And even if they try, you're gonna end up like me, 2 months down the line, seeing that this ain't it and closing that chapter. Easy peasy. It's not easy when you do it, because obviously you imagined your life progressing with this person. As long as somebody mistreats me, it's a no for me, because I treat myself like the goddess that I am. So why must I be with somebody that doesn't treat me the same? No. Lastly, guys, put yourself first. Because sometimes we, fall in love with somebody, or we in the talking phase with somebody, and we are already imagining our lives changing with this person. You know what I mean? Put yourself first and allow a man to take lead. That is something that I have to learn. Being a hyper independent woman that I am, I always just try to take lead and just try and do things myself, and I never ask for help. And I want to stop doing that, because I want to put myself first, and I want the person that I'm dating or seeing to know that I put myself first. And if you want to date me and want me in your life, then you also need to put me first. Obviously, he will put himself first. Trust me, because we love men that can take care of themselves and that have self-worth and have self-value. They are not insecure. We love a man that is confident and self-assured. But we love a man that also can understand that he needs to put his partner also in the priority list when it comes to happiness, relationships, and just moving forward in the relationship. So yeah, put yourself first, make yourself a priority. Even when you're in a relationship, you are the prize. Always put yourself first and never shift your standards, your expectations, your boundaries, ignoring red flags. Don't do it, guys. As plus size babes, make sure that you're dating a man that values you and not just values your bums. Please. Because there are a lot of men that just value bums more than they value the connection or the values that you have as a woman. They just look at the physical appearance and be like, I want that. Assess the people that you're dating. Take your time as well. And just understand yourself also a little bit better. Understand your wants, your needs. If you need to take a break from dating, please do. So that is all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the sit down. And I just hope that us babes can figure this dating scene out, because sometimes it can be really, really toxic. It can be really uncomfortable. It can be really sad. I think the tears I've shed because of relationship has been way too much. And I just hope that myself and you across the screen can find the love that we deserve, establish who we are as women and what we want in relationships moving forward, and just be the best versions of ourselves, whether we are single or whether we're in a relationship. I just want us to thrive and become successful, accomplish everything that we are working towards, and just be happy. Just be happy. I hope you guys love this episode of Drinks with Ro. I will see you guys on the next episode. And let me know if there's some topics that you want to talk about on the Drinks with Ro series. Peace, love, and light. And I will see you guys on the next episode.